I've been seeing some articles talking about how some Democrats are afraid that the election's going to slip away from Kamala Harris or that Donald Trump is going to somehow pull this out at the last minute. I just don't see how. Now, what has Donald Trump done since leaving office in 2020 that has made him more favorable with voters? Nothing. He's been convicted of 34 felonies. His base want to play those off as he's not convicted yet, not till he's sentenced, or they're not real charges or something. He's a 34-time convicted felon. He's been adjudicated as having sexually assaulted E. Jean Carroll, and that was found out during the defamation claim when they proved in the defamation claim that he did it, and then the jury awarded her money because of the fact that he says it never happened and, that she's crazy and all of this. He owes her $90 million. He was found liable in New York's civil fraud case, which is coming up to being $500 million in penalties and interest and damages. Um, Beyond that, Roe v. Wade fell because of three of the appointed justices that Donald Trump appointed himself, and he takes credit for it. He says, we did what they said couldn't be done. We gave it back to the states, and we're seeing the effects of that. And then he goes on rants about they're eating the dogs, they're eating the cats, and just one negative thing after another. He desecrated Arlington. There's just so much negative. He hasn't done one positive thing to help his image since he lost the 2020 election. And let's not forget January 6th. Everybody knows who Donald Trump is and what he's about. He hasn't done anything to gain votes. But let's look at Kamala Harris. Record amount of fundraising. She's got a ground game in all the swing states, and she's spending money in places like Texas. Now, I don't trust polls. I trust fundraising. But if you look at the polls across time, Colin Allred's gaining ground on Ted Cruz, and the polls at least appear from the people that they are getting a hold of in Texas that Kamala Harris is gaining some ground, and she's spending money in Texas going into the final stretch. We see mile-long golf cart rallies for Kamala Harris in the villages in Florida. We see excitement in Florida for Kamala Harris. There is a chance Texas or Florida flips blue. If either one of those flip, Donald Trump cannot and will not win the presidency. I've been saying for a long time, I think Iowa could flip blue. Missouri could flip blue because abortion's on the ballot. Hell, Nebraska could flip blue because abortion is on the ballot. I am convinced this is going to be one of the biggest Democratic turnouts in a long time. And we are going to see things happen in states flip that we never expected. So people are worrying for nothing, all because of some polls or some articles that the media is putting out there to make it seem like it's a close race. I don't think it's going to be that close. Now, we do have to vote like we're 10 points down. But as long as we do that, Kamala Harris is going to win. She's going to carry the House and the Senate with her. And it's going to be a huge loss for the Republican Party in November. And this could be one it takes them a decade to recover from, because this is going to be a stunning rebuke of the Republican Party and what they have become now. They're a party that not even Reagan would recognize at this point. They are not Reagan Republicans anymore. Donald Trump has twisted the party into something different, and I think we are going to see the voters reacting to that this time in a way we've never seen before, and we are going to be witnessing the final gasps of a political party if they don't do something to change their image.